Hello and welcome to a book review by Warhammer 40k bookreviews.com. Today I'm taking a look at Blood Gorgons. The life of Chaos Space Marines. That's a beautiful blend of training to kill things, actually killing things, and of course reminiscing about the time that you totally killed a lot of things. Preferably those things were some of those delusional fools that still worship the corpse emperor sitting in his golden casket back on Terra. But also crammed into this schedule is also some scheming and plotting, partly aimed towards the Loyalist weaklings, but also hatching plans against other Chaos Space Marine chapters, and even political maneuvering among your own chapter. Blood Gorgons is an excellent example of how the threats to a traitor Space Marine chapter can come just as much from other fallen Space Marines as it can come from the righteous fury of the Imperium. The titular Blood Gorgons are Space Marines, and they were declared traitors to the Imperium several thousand years ago due to their forbidden experiments with warp practices. Escaping the wrath of the Imperium and attempts of loyal Space Marines to destroy them, the Blood Gorgons eventually ended up as a piratical band of raiders living on a large Space Hulk vessel, which is infused with the demonic spirits of the warp itself. As the book starts, we follow Chapter Master Gamadin as he investigates some strange reports of activity on the world Belasia. It turns out that Gamadin is actually walking straight into a trap set by his very own head sorcerer, Anko Moore, and as the trap is sprung, the Blood Gorgons suddenly find themselves leaderless. Now, due to the past history of the Blood Gorgons, which saw much infighting inside the chapter, it's not long before tensions are so thick you could cut them with a chainsword. Hovering above all of this, of course, is Moore himself, as he weaves his web of lies and deception, conspiring with the powerful allies to secure his new position of power. The story follows the power struggle of Moore on board the Blood Gorgon flagship, but also tells a much more personal tale of the Blood Gorgon Barsabas, who is dispatched to investigate a mysterious plague infecting a world that is used for providing slaves to the chapter. His mission soon becomes a very desperate struggle indeed, and Barsabas makes use of very unlikely allies to try to complete his mission. The story of Blood Gorgons is very well put together and has an excellent pacing that had me always wanting to read just one more chapter to find out what happened next in the devious power struggle on board the Space Hulk, or how Barsabas would get himself out of his latest and particularly grim and hopeless situation. It's very refreshing to read a Warhammer 40k book that manages to keep itself exciting and engaging without just cramming in a lot of well-known 40k characters to try to make itself interesting and epic. The author, Henry Sue, manages to create some excellent Chaos Space Marine characters that feel believably corrupted and callous, without taking it over the top and making them seem like monsters that butcher kittens for breakfast just for giggles. In particularly, we get to read a lot about Barsabas and the thought processes that drive a traitor Space Marine, which I found to be an insightful and well-realized look into the ceramic helmeted skull of a super soldier that has fallen from the light of the Emperor. Blood Gorgons is also a good book for newcomers to enjoy, I would say, as the story is pretty self-contained and generally doesn't refer much to Warhammer 40k lore that is not explained or is very self-evident. Particularly because it does such a good job of profiling Chaos Space Marines and how they operate, it's a great read for someone new to the Warhammer 40k universe. Overall, I think Blood Gorgons is an excellent pick for any Warhammer 40k fan. If you're interested in Chaos Space Marines in particular, then you can easily add an extra chainsword to my verdict. But even if you don't consider these traitorous fallen champions to be your cup of AMSEC, then I would still recommend that you give Blood Gorgons a chance. I give Blood Gorgons 4 out of 5 chainswords.